We've been hearing for years now about the Portland Police Bureau's problems with staffing shortages and the impact this is having on police response. Several times, the police chief has indicated that the Bureau is having trouble recruiting officers.
But as Fox Host Simon Gutierrez explains, upon closer inspection, there's a lot more going on when it comes to the Bureau's hiring practices.
It's no secret the Police Bureau has been understaffed, but it turns out that's not for a lack of interest in the job. In reality, the Bureau isn't having trouble attracting applicants, it's having trouble hiring them.
Congratulations.
In late September, the Portland Police Bureau announced the hiring of 20 new police officers, bringing the total of new officer hires in 2022 to 63.
And I think over time, we've kind of stabilized. We've gotten to a point now where we're actually hiring people again.
Since he took office during the pandemic, Portland Police Chief Chuck Leavell has pointed to chronic understaffing as the cause of a multitude of problems inside the Bureau, which has been overwhelmed with record numbers of shootings and overall increases in crime. Leavell indicated the staffing issues were made worse by nightly demonstrations downtown in the wake of the George Floyd murder in 2020 and sharp criticism of both police response and policing in general.
We had some nightly violence occurring in the streets. We had people leaving, we took a big budget cut, and we were really, I think, as an organization, reeling.
According to the Bureau's annual reporting, 42 sworn officers retired in 2021. 58 more chose to leave the Bureau in what it calls unplanned separations. But despite the departures, there was strong interest in the Bureau's open officer positions. 675 people applied for the job. The Bureau conducted 568 background checks, but only hired 27 police officers, or 4% of those who applied.
Do you guys have a goal as to what percent of applicants ultimately end up getting hired?
10% historically has kind of been the number that we've worked with.
Sergeant Trevor Tyler works in the Bureau's Personnel Division, tasked with recruitment and retention. Despite the interest in the job, he says there are barriers to entry.
And kind of one of the first ones is just their driving record. If you've had 3 tickets within the last 3 years, I'm prohibited from being able to move you forward in the process because I have to be able to get you insured by the city of Portland.
Then there's the recreational use of marijuana, legal in Oregon since 2016. In order to access the federal system to run background checks on suspects, there's a federal mandate that requires no marijuana use in the past 12 months.
The problem is that some of the people that we get in front of, or some of the people that decide to want to be police officers, 6 months ago when they were at a party, they might have partaken in marijuana products, and now they have to wait for 6 more months until they can apply.
And this is a significant portion of the applicants?
I would say that it happens on a regular basis. On every cycle, every 2 weeks, when we look at the applicants that have applied with the Portland Police, there are a number of them that answer yes to that question.
We filed a records request with the Police Bureau asking how many applicants were disqualified for either their driving record or marijuana use. More than a month later, that request still hasn't been filled. Tyler, meanwhile, says despite the hurdles that exist, interest in working for the Police Bureau is strong, with over 1,200 applications so far this year, although some of those were part of a backlog from the year before.
More than half of the people that we had apply are from here, and a vision that they had and a value that each one of them shared across the board was that they wanted to make this place more livable.
Despite the recent new hires, the Police Bureau says it's still woefully short of sworn officers. The Bureau is actively recruiting new officers and offering a starting salary of over $75,000. Still, even if someone passes muster, the hiring process can take months. I'm Simon Gutierrez, Fox 12 Oregon.